Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Beatrice Ajayi, and here on my channel I like to spend time showing you what I get up to in my art studio. So I'm based in Glasgow in Scotland, and here it is currently windy outside, so you might hear a bit of that wind as I'm doing my recording. So this is Wednesday the 25th. Oh, my heater's come on. I'm going to switch that off just a minute. Yeah, so this is the 25th of March, Wednesday the 25th, and I have been getting on with tidying the studio, still getting it up to where I want to take it. As I showed last week, I was sharing what it was that I did in the studio to get it up to where it is right now. I have adjusted that a little bit again because once you start using the space, the practicalities start to show, and then you start to realize what is working and what isn't. So I've just actually put this painting that I've done up behind me because I really like it as a backdrop. It's a large painting, and I wanted to show also an example of the sizes that I create, and so I wanted to have an example of that behind me as a backdrop. It's really colorful and I just love the way that she is. I might still one day work on the eyes because I keep telling myself this and I've still not done it, but anyway, that might be a thing that happens. So I am currently just looking around and seeing what else needs to be done. I'm really enjoying the way that I've put the desk back because I wanted something behind me, and now I can look at the door slightly to the side, and I'll show that at some point. I'm currently printing off some more of these leaflets that I created so that I can put them to the backs of artwork that I make, especially the mounted stuff, so that there's some information about who I am for people who buy my artwork. But yeah, I've just been getting on with doing things today, creating some more of the greeting cards. I'll show a little snippet of that as well. But yeah, working on some of the greeting cards, tidying the space, planning, organizing what I'll be taking into the shop, the Scottish Design Exchange, the shop where I sell my artwork to the public. So it's a brick and mortar building, and we're moving from where we were in the Buchanan Galleries to a new space straight off Sauchiehall Street, so people can walk straight off Sauchiehall Street in Glasgow into the new shop. So that is where we'll be heading this weekend to organize my space. So I'm trying to prepare for that, pricing some new products I'll take in to have in the overflow stock in the stock room, and just making sure that I'm organized. I ordered some new shelves, they have arrived as well, so we'll be taking those in, and just making sure I have all the tools and the equipment that I'll need for putting my space together on the weekend. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, but I'm still tidying up spaces here so that I can record different kind of painting segments for you guys as well in the studio, and it is going well. It's a lot of fun. So I've still got a handful of these leaflets to print off upstairs, so I'll go and pick that up in a moment. I just want them to finish off and then I will get them from my husband's office. But once those are done, it's just to get back to prepping this space. But also, I will be picking the kids up soon as well, so I will have to cut this short for that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the space a lot more, and I really love the backdrop. I've just knocked this up actually as well, and I need to get back to work on the series I have of these girls on palettes. Painting palettes, so I need to work on some of those again, but I really want to get the space into a point where I can just get in here and just paint, and until I have the space ready for me to do that, it is still an issue. So currently the table that I want to use for painting all these little items and everything and to film that process is still full of items. So what I've been doing is I've been coming in every day and working in different spaces, trying to make sure that those spaces, when I'm moving something, I'm moving them to a permanent home. So that is what I've been doing, and it has been quite eye-opening to the fact that I don't have as much wall space as I thought I did, but I'm doing as much as I can to use up what I do have. So I'm still looking and planning what else I can do around the studio. So I might pan out and let you see some of what is going on here and what I'm still working on. So let me try and do that right now. So this is my view currently from my desk, and then panning round I can see some of my artwork in the further wall there, and then this table here in front of me is still a mess. I have moved things around so that we're kind of side by side now, so I can get up from where I'm sitting and then I can go along and paint here. But I really love the way this looks now, a lot better because it's a lot cleaner behind me. So over here I have to still tidy this table. Then, as I said before and many times, I can paint and film from the top down. So this is my next project, is to tidy this table off. And I have worked on this back area a little bit more. If you looked at the one from last week, this is a lot better basically. And I pulled out some of my oil paintings so that I can actually have them available here and then know what I need to finish, what I need to package for the shop as well. But this area, I still have a little bit more work to do on it. It's a bit of a mess. In here is a bit tidier, just a bit. I've put this bigger paintings back here right now. And so as I said, this is a storage area that I created so that I can put things away, out of the way, so I know whatever's in here is being stored and everything else is an active space. So up here on this wall, I'm still going to hang some paintings up. That's what I've been doing in the studio, is trying to make sure that I can see what I have almost ready already, so that they're not sitting around the studio and not being available to clients. But yeah, this is what the space looks like now behind me where my desk is, and I really love the way that looks. It's exactly the idea I'm trying to go for, to have it cleaner, more streamlined, so that I don't feel like, you know, it's claustrophobic or overcrowded. So I'm going with this idea where you can see it looking very minimalist but beautifully colored. I want that in the whole studio, so I will get there. Right now it is still fine-tuning, trying to make sure that whatever I have, I am going to use and putting it somewhere that I can find it. So here in this storage area, I have some paintings, some papers, some mounts that I'm going to be using to work on, and here some more paintings. So these are all dried now, and it's just to go in their frames, the ones at the top. The two at the top, I've got black frames for them that they're supposed to go into. So that'll be, once I clear the table, I'm going to put them in their frames, because I'll do that while I'm standing. So yeah, this is what the space is looking like. I have my browser here I'll be taking into the shop, and I've put the artwork that was in a browser in that bag on the floor. So yeah, it's just basically prepping. At some point I will get to these paintings, but I think this weekend is what I'm focusing on and trying to get ready. So yeah, it'll be this table that I work on next. So I'm back in the studio. Today's Thursday, the 26th of March 2026, and I have already been getting to work this morning tidying the desk space beside me, which I'll show you in a minute, but also the wall, like to this side here. Let me see if I just... So I'm really loving the way that I've put the cans, and also some of the paints here are paints that I want to use to finish them off. So I've put them here so that my eyes are on them, they're visible. I'd actually like to do some more shelves so that I can put the other acrylic paints I have up as well, so that I can use them in a good time and not let them waste or anything. And also to see the colors that I love to use, I can then plan what I want to mix in, because I can see them better and everything like that. So I really love the way that I've done that. I've also, let me see if I can lower this a little bit. I've put some paintings below here as well. In fact, I'm going to pick you up and turn you around. Let's see. Their space is ready as well. So I am just basically working to clarify my environment, and so that I can be really happy with the results and come in here and be really comfortable to just get on and be creative. So these are all works that I've done myself already, and I want to be able to enjoy them until I take the pieces out to the shop. Also, I want to be able to be inspired. So as I said, I've been trying to get the different, I've got my heater on again. I'm trying to get the different spaces ready for me. So this, I think, will be the next space I want to tackle today, which is to get a bit more inspiration. This is a space I use for, let me go back a bit, for painting on the wall, and I feel like I've not quite got it right yet. I want to be able to put the painting on the physical wall as well. So I'm trying to think of what screws I can use to do that, and then tidy this area, because I've moved some things around since the last time. We just put this light on as well. Lights everywhere so that it can be handy. So I need to tackle this area. This is what I'm going to do next. But yeah, my desk space is looking a lot better, a lot happier with it, definitely. And I'm going to keep going until it looks exactly the way I want it to look. Very enjoyable for me. So I'm going to pack stuff away here and see where I can put them. I might pull that out, do it a bit more tidily. And also, I've got my trolleys here, but I probably need to pack these a bit better at one point as well. And I keep on trying to think of where to actually put them, because I'm not really happy with them here. I feel like they're very messy. So I'm trying to think if I can put them maybe in front of this space here, kind of view of my storage items. So I need to think of that, because they're on wheels, so they're easier to move around. So I'm thinking for aesthetic reasons, I want to move this away from here, but I'm going to try and tackle that first. So I'm just going to start painting this piece I have on the table. I brought all my different equipment. Let's see. So you see I have them out on the table. I'm just going to put my microphone on, I think, or should I leave it? I might leave it actually. I feel like you can still hear me, and it's not on me, and I won't be making noise and causing all sorts of problems. I might find somewhere else to hook it onto on my equipment here whenever I want to record with it, because that might be easier. Still have some of my tea. Yeah. If I don't make my tea sweet enough for me, I end up wasting it. So that's just something I've learned over the years, that my tea needs to be sweet enough for me. I have a lot of open acrylics there. I'm not going to be using those. I am going to get into working on this. It's going to be a landscape. So let's see. Okay. I did actually have a still life on it, but I'm not going to use the still life. I will do another series of still lifes another time when I'm in the mood for that, but I'm going to paint over this and make it into a landscape like the other ones I have. So I'm just going to use this Posca pen to outline some areas of where I think the hill is going to be. Actually, I'll move the camera, I'll move you from over here to above so you can see down, like top down. So let's see if we can do this without me dropping it or doing some strangeness. Right, let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. So here we are, top down, and I have set it up. This is how I want to be able to use this table to work on pieces. So I'm just kind of doing, what I'm doing here is just working on some abstract lines on the page that I might follow, I might not, but I'm gonna have the sky at the top part, and then there's gonna be some landscape at the bottom, or I might make it lower. I'll see as I go, but I want to use some colors that I've not used recently or even remember using in the way I want to use it. Right, so I have this one, which also I want to use some white with this as well. But I'll just be going back and forth with my colors. I might walk over to the table where I put my acrylic paints earlier today when I was tidying up, and then use that as well. My paints are usually, I've not been locking them properly. You can see here there's a gap. It's supposed to be very clean lined. I'm going to have to bang this to get it to move. Then usually it's easier. Let me try it again. Wow, that was a really loud one. Let's see, I think it's trying to move. Yeah, it is. Oh, that's what I'm having to be doing, is like breaking the seal of paint for me to be able to use it. So I just want to play. I haven't played for a while. I haven't had like an opportunity to paint like this for you guys as well. So then going in here, mixing the paint on the canvas as well to get variety. It's my lazy way of doing this of late. Ooh, I've decided to do some extra maneuvers. So let's see, I've just realized, see, this is the thing, when you start painting, you realize what you need equipment wise. I need to get some tissue, because I'm seeing some bits that people would call bogey bits. They're like lumpy paint. I want to get rid of that. So I don't know how long this vlog's going to be. I'm going to try really hard to edit it so that it's not too long, but I have a feeling that if I want to add all of this, all of what I'm doing right now, it's going to be long. So some of the colors in the background are still there, some of the other ones are gone. But look at that, it's changed already. So I'm going to add some green to this bottom bit. See if I can actually close this properly. They're not even trying to close properly as well, which is not helping. It's like they're really stiff. So I'll try and get some green that I haven't used recently. So for the sake of being quicker, I'm going to use this one that I can squeeze out. What I've been trying to do is use up my paints that I have not been using. Also using up paint that is almost finished as well. So, and then just trying to play as I'm doing it as well. I want to use some blue in here as well. I really like all these kind of yellows, and so I might bring in some blue, as I said, then maybe some, what other color? Bring in the blue first. I've been using cerulean blue for a while. Ooh, there we go. This is why I put the apron on. You don't know where this thing is gonna fly. Oops, I think I put too much. Sometimes if I do that, then I will put excess paint in the lid of like my gesso. Just not the best, because it could drip into the paint, but that is my white paint, like the only one I have, so that is probably the wrong move. I should have put it into one of the ones that I've already mixed up. So that was not clever. So, and another thing is letting areas dry once you've done this. So I wanted to do that, then I think I want to add some brown. Let's add some brown. Let's see if I can squeeze this out. So it's not that this is going to finish today. I like to add layers and layers and layers of paints. Ooh, this one is, wow, okay. So this looks like it is blocked. and I don't have time for that. That's why I'm trying to use up my paints, because some of them are trying to basically finish. So I'm gonna cut this and put that in the bin. So this is going in the bin. Let's see, no, the paint. Will it even come out even with that? Will it still come out? Yeah. So it's very stiff in here. Might need to use a palette for this. Let me see if I can see a palette. Look at that, it's very, what's the word? What would I say with this? I think this needs to be on paper. This is like really thick. I think I know what I can use to spread this. This palette knife is too soft. So it said I wanted to use this tool, so I might as well try it. Take some of this off. It's kind of like icing. It's very thick. Not the best color to get gooey like that, is it? Ooh, okay, maybe not that. So I'm making a mess back here, but yeah, so this will add texture as well, because it's thick. You can scratch into it. I can do some of this on paper to use up the excess, and that can be collage later on. Not the best color for this, that's all I'm gonna say. So I'll let that dry. Scratch into it. So scratching things that look like rocks into it, and then let it dry, and then creating a landscape. And then you can add some white to this as well. So let's put some white into some of the areas, and you get some, then you blend some of it. So just thinking of like rocky foundations, formations, or also I might add some yellow in here, or orange. Which one? Maybe orange. So as I said, it's going to be layers and layers on top of this. I'll push the sky down or up. And liquid. All sorts of colors. I'm going to try this fluorescent one. So just mixing colors in. I do. So let's try this one. Go into the sky a little bit. You can carry the colors around, so I'm just introducing a whole range of other colors. You can let this almost mostly dry, and then you add some white again, and that will then drag that color into other areas. And so it starts to give like a mix of colors. Some are richer, some are not as rich, some will be muddier, but you can just adjust. So I've got a range of fluorescent paints here. I'm just trying them out. And because this is acrylic paint, some of it is drying faster. some areas. I'm leaving some areas so that I can. And then on top of that as well, actually, I could use like modeling paste like I have there, and that can actually end up giving some more texture. So I'm going to bring in some white in here. I'm adding to the edges as well, mixing in with areas. Mixing. So the whole idea is to do landscape, so it's just playing around with the colors. So you can't see that painting that was there before anymore. Put that in the water over there. And bring in some of the blue that I put in the white. I'm using a palette knife. I'm trying to use all my different tools, scratching. A little bit mindful I should be of the scratching, and I'm trying to think of rock formations and shapes. So carrying some of the colors to other parts. I want to be subtle when it comes to the sky, like just really variations on the same color. So I'm going to add some turquoise in there maybe. I already have turquoise on it, but I think I might add some more in. Just get my turquoise. Or is it turquoise? Yeah, turquoise blue it is. And oof, that really came out. This is why you shouldn't actually be squirting it straight onto anything. So exactly why I'm not supposed to do that. And maybe this area as well. Carry it somewhere else. I'm trying to be really relaxed with my mixing these days. It's like I'm not getting hung up too much on what colors are created. You could just wait for it to dry and add something else. So I know that I will add some more white. I will push things further back still. But I'm trying to leave room for a lot of what is already here right now. And I'd like to add some yellow to places, but let's just stick with this for now. So I think I'll stop there, stop here for now, and let this dry, and then, let's see if I go off of it, and then the next time I might show you what I did with it, if I work on it through the week. But yeah, I thought I would share that little, add in this, you know, layer onto this for you. And let me see, I'll just turn you around so I can speak to you. think top, yeah, that's the way to do it. So that is what I've done with the piece. If you can see it, let me come closer a bit. So that's what it looks like from this top area here. It's changed a lot from what it was. But also, let me see, I'll just turn you around. So that is me for the week, for what I wanted to share this week. I really enjoyed tidying the studio to this point. I'm gonna keep working on it because there is still more to do so that I get really comfortable with the environment and with what I'm doing and having all my tools ready for me to just get straight into painting. So I'm gonna let that dry, and it looks exciting to me. I'll see where I go with it. It's just always like the journey, the process, doing all the different techniques, using the different tools on the art piece and seeing where it leads. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what this landscape looks like. I like to do landscapes because they allow me to stay free and loose, and yeah, they're just a lot of interesting ideas of how I can create atmosphere with them. So I'm going to see how many layers I can put on this one and get a really dramatic, moody landscape. But always been inspired by Scotland and the landscape around me. It's so interchangeable. It can be snowing one minute, sunny the next, raining, hailstones, windy. It changes so much, and that is what drives part of what I do when I'm on the canvas. I'm thinking about the rain. I'm thinking about all those different kind of textures that are naturally being thrown at us in different days of the week. So it's fun, and the colors of the the different cloudy days or the sun on the fields in the distance, just seeing what colors come out. But I'm still very aware of when we went up north last year for a holiday, the heathers. There were so many heathers everywhere, purple heathers, and that was just very poignant to me that there's a lot of those colors on the hills, like especially on the rock faces. That's specifically where they were. So I really observed that and saw that everywhere. So I want to bring that more and more into the artwork as well. But yeah, that was fun to share with you guys today. I feel like this is a really long vlog, so please do bear with me. But also do subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.